We don't have time for incremental steps anymore. We need to both decarbonize in our corporate value chains, but we also need to stabilize our tropical forests, and we need to invest in nature.
The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has said that we have to actually bring global emissions down as close to zero as possible by mid-century, and then balance all remaining emissions with the removal of CO2 from the atmosphere.
To stabilize temperatures at 1.5 degrees centigrade by the end of the century, there is no doubt that we're going to have to offset all remaining emissions by removing CO2 from the atmosphere.
There are climate solutions that are available but require more investment right now. So we at Amazon are focused on 3 primary segments: reducing tropical deforestation, forest restoration, and technological carbon removal.
We're not aiming for incremental progress. We're using carbon credits as a tool to achieve climate breakthroughs.
So 30% of the emissions we have on the planet comes from our destruction of nature. And really, deforestation is the lead cause there.
There's no way to avoid runaway climate change without putting an end to tropical deforestation. So the LEAF Coalition works at a jurisdictional scale. It enables a higher quality solution where we're leveraging public sector mechanisms to address the drivers of deforestation. It's legal protections for the forest, enforcement of those protections, recognition of indigenous rights, partnerships with indigenous peoples.
Nós temos lei, regra, princípio, salvaguarda, programa de transparência que pode receber esse recurso e chamar os indígenas para fazer a repartição de benefício.
The global need for carbon removal is on the order of several billion tons of CO2 per year. We want to do as much of that as possible through natural means, which are lower costs, higher co-benefits for people and the planet. We've collaborated with external experts to really advance the benchmark for how monitoring and verification is done in forest restoration projects.
Restoring degraded areas recovers 80% of carbon storage within 20 years, meaning it is one of the most cost-effective solutions for climate goals.
Nature-based solutions can only get us so far. We have to also develop technological means for removing carbon from the atmosphere. We're investing in those technologies that we think have the greatest potential to scale and that are ready for commercial scale deployment. And right now, that's direct air capture.
We are now making available our carbon credits that we have originated to companies who are on a similar journey to us.
We've put the due diligence in. We put all of our scientific investigation in. We want to offer these solutions to everyone in our value chain who's aligned with us.
That means Amazon business customers, our suppliers, and Climate Pledge signatories. Those companies also need to meet some buyer qualification criteria, which means that they need to have a goal for net zero carbon no later than 2050, be decarbonizing across all 3 scopes, be reporting their emissions, and have goals in line with the latest climate science.
There's been a lot of attention in the voluntary carbon market on the quality of the credit, and rightly so. What really matters is the quality of the solution. Can these things actually add up? And what we're offering is both.
This is the biggest challenge that we have ever been faced with.
We have the opportunity to involve and engage the private sector. And that, I think, is the most interesting innovation that's happening right now.
We need everyone in this effort. This is the time to join us in these solutions, to lean in and invest in nature.